Our next guest, we ran across a fellow Miamian, go figure, with all the folks around, and he's with a company that's a global leader in what they're calling smart yard robotic solutions, including cordless robotic pool cleaners and even a lawnmower. A lot of folks doing that, but they are really doing very cool pool cleaners. Director of U.S. Sales from Aiper is James Loria. James, welcome into tomorrow. How are you?
I'm doing just great, Dave.
And the weather here in Vegas, aside from no humidity and drying out our throats, etc., is a bit cooler than we would have in South
I
Florida.
don't know how to get used to it yet. I don't know. I just don't know. But you know what? We're dealing with it, right?
Yeah, true.
By the 3 layers right now.
Yes, I noticed it. And by the time we get used to it, we fly back home.
That's true.
Back to Florida.
That's true.
But talk to me first a little bit about Aiper as a company and what got you guys motivated into doing especially pool cleaners, and then let's show them in action.
So let me tell you, one thing about Aiper is that everyone knows it for our pool robots. And we'll talk later on about some of the more innovations coming out in the future. We'll talk about that also. But what I want to talk about first is going to be one of our robots right now. We have 2 robots in the category for above ground pools. So everyone knows our above ground pools, they're made out of vinyl. So we have our 800 series, but we also have our new E1. And what we've done with the E1 is we added a motor to it. Why you ask?
Why did you add a motor to it?
Why did you ask? Well, because everyone has that struggle with the vinyl pool, that you have those inconsistencies, ripples on the bottom of the pool. Yeah. By adding a motor to it, it can actually compensate for that and go right over it. But anything else?
Yeah, the fact that it's above ground and not below ground.
And what else does it have?
I would guess that you want it to filter stuff, right? Oh!
The water, as well as picking up your larger debris as well.
Why is that a Chinese food box in there? It looks like
Picked it up.
I know.
How about that?
It picked it up from the
I could not. That's the best marketing right there. It picked up that.
Exactly. And it's wireless.
It is completely wireless.
Everything you do seems to be wireless.
Nothing at Aiper has any electrical cords going into the pool. How about that? I mean, why would you want electrical cord going into your pool?
Right, go figure. Somehow electric and water not necessarily best friends.
No hoses either. No hoses, which is already good. Because most other products that have a hose hooked up to it is using water propulsion. Ours are all battery operated and are rechargeable as well.
And they go underwater, so you don't have to worry about that. It's like, oh, wait a minute, battery powered and I'm putting it in a pool? Yeah.
And I have a solution for when the battery runs out, how we can fix that too.
Oh, I was going to ask you that question as well, because people listening or watching are probably thinking, well, yeah, I've got like a robotic pool cleaner, but when it dies at the bottom of the pool, I just pull the hose to get it out, and you don't have hoses.
But the nice thing about our robot is that when it does die, it dies at the end of the pool. So if you do have to fish it out, you don't have to go diving into the pool to get it. So can you imagine those days in Miami where the water gets down to like, what, 70 degrees?
Oh my God, where we freeze?
Freeze? Yeah. Pull the jackets out? No, you won't have to do that. And we do provide the hook for you as well to pull it out of the water. We do provide that.
So let's continue on down the line, because there's some more cool stuff. I like the name of the Scuba S1 Pro.
So this is actually my favorite unit right here. So what makes it my favorite? It pretty much does everything you want to do and then some for a really good price. So the best thing about this model too is that what's significantly different between this model and the previous model, the Caterpillar tracks on it. So if you've seen our previous models, like the Seagull Pro model, it had 4 like off-wheel roads on it. Well, the issue with that model there is that from time to time you might have an obstruction underwater and it would get caught up on it. Well, now that tank-looking track on there, you won't have those problems anymore. And the reason for that is, so in South Florida, we don't have so much what's called pop-ups. You find these more out west, California, Arizona, Nevada. And pop-ups are basically what I would call an underwater sprinkler system. All right, well, previous models would have got stuck on those things. With these new models, you don't have that problem anymore. Quad motor system is all about power. All about power. And also, the other thing about this model too, let me show you the filters here. Look in the back. We have our canister as well that picks up fine debris. Listen, living in South Florida, we know we have sand sometimes. It'll pick up the sand. And we also have a water filter too.
Okay, good.
People have been asking me here at CES, how often do I have to change the water filter? I don't know how dirty your pool is.
Well, that's true.
I don't know.
That's something you can answer without checking their pool. I've got to ask, are these things in front, are they lights, are they cameras, are they like LiDAR
They're
sorts
sensors.
of things?
Sensors.
Okay.
So what it does is this model uses WavePad technology. So as it's moving throughout your pool, it basically kind of creates a pattern similar to how you cut your lawn, where you go up and down. Very soon. That's how it cleans the bottom of the pool.
Or if you have a robotic vacuum cleaner at home, similar to that, I guess, where it has its own pattern.
Exactly, for the most part. The other thing I want to specify about this pool, this robot here, it actually climbs the walls too.
Really?
Yes, and I believe we're showing demonstration.
In fact, Chris is actually panning over to the live indoor pool here in the Aiper exhibit and showing how that one, again with its tank-like features, are able to just climb up the wall. Now it's going back underwater. You got to see this video again, intotomorrow.com.
So right now it's going up and down. It also goes horizontal.
Really?
Yes, it goes right along the water line.
Oh,
It goes.
So you're not missing any of the dirt or debris, leaves, whatever it might be. And now Chris is at water level. Please do not put that $7,000 camera in the water. He knows better. But I have to mention, because it's a cool shot that he's giving us right now. Before I forget, too, price and availability on these.
So on the SG Pro, you're looking at $11.99.
Not just almost $12, $1,199.
I'm sorry.
I want to be clear.
Yes, $1,199. Very, very competitively priced. So here at Aiper, we pride ourselves in being price disruptors. So we're offering you a big punch, a lot of power, and typically at a better price than most of our competitors.
And how long can homeowners that have pools expect it to last?
This particular model here has about 4 hours of operating time. And to charge it up, we're looking at anywhere between 3 to 4 hours to recharge it again. So put it in your pool before you're going to use it, and then charge it overnight. That's the best thing to do.
And the life of the product. I mean, this is a good investment that they can say will take care of the pool for years.
Like anything that has any kind of motorized system is basically dependent on how you take care of it. But I mean, we have a warranty on it for up to 1 year, minimum 1 year. And I'll double check with you and let you know, but it could be 2 years. It could be. The warranty, correct.
Likely to last, obviously, longer than that.
Look, like any kind of product you have, it's really going to depend on usage. But our products typically have been able to last in the market several years.
Okay, terrific. As we move on down the line, the Scuba S1, there's a lot of scuba and water references to what you guys do. Imagine that.
Yes. Well, last year's models were called Seagull Pros, or Seagulls, right? Now we've gone to Scuba. And it's actually quite a better name considering this thing lives underwater, if you think about it. So here we have the S1. This has won so many awards at this year's CES in 2024. And this is our flagship product. So it's going to retail for $699, but it has so much that this thing does is incredible, because last year's model was also $699, but this one does so much more.
Like, for example?
Well, it climbs the walls. It has the new tracking system, improved battery. My
ex-wife climbed the walls as well, or made me do it. But the point being is that the previous model didn't climb the walls of your pool, or didn't do it as well.
This one did, but this one can actually, on some of your steps you have inside your pool, it can actually go over some of those steps.
So it can even do steps.
Depends on the width of the step, but yes, it's designed to be able to do it. The previous model could not do that. And the previous model also had 4 wheels separated. These are now the track wheels on there, so that gives you more mobility and being able to go over other obstacles also.
Sure. And I'm noticing not only wheels on either side, but of course in the front too, at the bottom, so that you're really getting good traction, it seems, on the bottom of the pool or the walls of the pool.
These things are a beast. Yeah. All right, they loosen up all of the debris that might be on the bottom of the pool, sucks it from the inside. And again, same kind of filter, 250 microns, a little bit larger capacity compared to last year's model also. This is probably going to be our flagship product, I would imagine, because of the price point. And this is good for up to 1,600 square feet. This is a pretty decent sized pool.
Yeah. Wow. If you have that big a pool. Now, here's something else that catches my attention, because it does a little different kind of a job, right? This one, I'm guessing, doesn't scuba dive. It doesn't go underwater, but yet it stays on top of the water, right?
So this is Aiper's new product, our skimmer product, and what it does, it floats on top of the water, but if you notice, it's solar powered. Yes. So any debris that's floating on top of the water, you have leaves. Down in South Florida, we find feathers all the time on your pool. It'll pick up all that debris. It's very intelligent. It comes with an app also, and with the app, you can actually use it as a remote control boat if you wanted to.
Really?
Yes.
Well, and as we speak, Chris is showing the device itself, the Aiper Surfer S1, actually surfing the top of the pool here.
The top of the pool. It is motorized, so it kind of helps it glide along the pool as well. It has sensors built into the front, optical sensors, so as it comes to the edge of your pool, it'll start to slow down. so that it's not crashing into the side of your pool. And it also has rubberized wheels that allow it to roll off corners also.
Well, you guys have thought of everything. But again, it's not designed to go under because it's a skimmer, right? It skims the top of the pool to collect all that stuff that falls in.
Well,
it doesn't sink.
I can clean the bottom of the pool, I can clean your walls, and I can clean the surface of your pool also.
Gotcha.
Complete solution there.
Yeah.
Complete solution.
For sure, loving it. And the solar powered thing makes so much more sense. So it sounds like not only do you not have to charge it, but there's not a lot of maintenance, I guess, except for emptying a filter of whatever it's collected.
I'll show you what the filter looks like then. Okay. It's a very large filter. Oh, let me get it.
Yeah, because we typically would have more leaves and debris on the top of the pool anyway, right?
That's it right there. Wow. So as long as it can fit inside here, it's going to pick it up.
Yeah. Love it.
I can't do anything about the iguanas we have in South Florida. I can't do anything about that.
Yeah. Well, we hope the weather does that when it gets cold. They just freeze and then fall from the trees. But we won't get into that because the state says they're an invasive species and they want us to dispatch them humanely. Exactly. And we do. We're up to 42 in the lake behind my house, but don't tell anyone. Well, no, because they want us to do that. Anyway, but this is awesome. So, and we talk real quick about the whole Aiper solar panel that does the job.
So we can actually talk about two different accessories we have optional for our products. We have the optional solar panel, and it works with the S1. It works with the S1 Pro, and it also works with the Ultra model as well. So floats on top of the pool, charges the battery while it's operating, so you have basically unlimited power and unlimited usage of your product.
So this solar panel would float on top as well.
On top, exactly. Just floats right on top. And the last thing I want to mention here is going to be our HydroCom. The HydroCom is a device that floats inside your pool, and what it does, it reads with some of our models, and it relays information back for water temperature and pH balance.
And Chris, there's one there, if you pan left, at the edge of the pool that's actually doing the job as we speak. And it's called the HydroCom.
And the benefit of that is that if you're away from your home, you can actually check your water temperature and your pH balance. Why would you want to do that? If you know your pH balance is too high or too low, then it knows you have to check the chemicals. And if you're already out and about, stop over the store, pick it up before you go home. Don't have to make an extra trip. So that is something also new to Aiper as well. Last year we had 3 models in the marketplace. Now we have 5 models. They come in both black and also white, and we have all these additional extra pieces that we have right now.
Oh, terrific. I tell you, if you own a pool or know someone who does, anywhere in the world for that matter, but certainly all around our United States, you want to check into Aiper, and it's AIPER.com, Aiper.com. As always, we'll get you to the site when you visit us at intotomorrow.com. James, thanks for spending a few minutes with us, and keep up the cool work. You guys have a lot of visibility in a very busy booth. That's a good thing.
CES 2024 has been absolutely spectacular for us. Oh, very good. The reception we've gotten and people coming to us also, it's just been great. But we're leaving out one product though, the lawnmower.
Well, I mentioned it, but man, we're out of time. But would that be the Aiper Horizon?
Horizon U1.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, Chris will probably throw in a little what we call B-roll video as Andy holds up a nice flyer about it. But maybe next year at CES, we'll broadcast from your pool. And all the devices can be floating around us, and we'll have all the guests come over for their interview in a bathing suit.
I'll get the pool design for someone to go inside. How about that?
Ooh, now we're talking. See, now that's going to be interesting. We'll talk about that. But thank you, James, for joining us.
No, thank you very much. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.
It's our pleasure. Aiper.com, AIPER.com. I'm Dave Graveline. More from this massive show floor. 4 big halls that we're covering as many cool things as we can, as our throats dry out here in the desert. Stay tuned with more Into Tomorrow on the Advanced Media Network.